Welcome, I'm the KJ Kaminski here at Denver Comic Con 2018, and I've got here comic book artist, author, writer, and a whole lot of other stuff, KJ Kaminski. Welcome, are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, having a great time here in Denver.
Is this your first time in Denver and a Denver Comic Con, or have you been here before?
I've been to Denver a couple times before, but this is the first time at the Comic Con and the Denver Comic Con, which has just been awesome.
So you've been enjoying yourself?
Oh yeah. It's been a great response so far, and it's just a Comic Con. I mean, there's so many people here who like comics and aren't just here for the movies.
Have you seen any good cosplays that really stood out to you?
I don't focus on the cosplay too much. I'm sorry.
No worries. Everyone does different things.
I guess I saw a lot of X-Men, a lot of Gambits and Rogues. There was a really cool Juggernaut. And then I'm looking at a really awesome Kingpin right now.
An awesome Kingpin. Oh, yeah. Kingpin's a great one that so many great people can just cosplay because he has no dress code, so you can do different things with him.
Right on. Yeah, and especially when somebody's big and bulky and can really play the part, it's really cool.
I'd like to see a cosplay of someone I don't know if you remember the issue when Kingpin fought Red Skull in the sumo wrestling style.
No, I don't. I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, it was from when Captain America got hit with drugs. So it was during their whole America Against Drugs campaign. And Red Skull and Kingpin had this little fight over who was going to control New York City. So they all basically throw off their clothes to beat down, and Red Skull's just trying to punch him. Kingpin's like, come on, you can do better. Whack.
Wow, I got to check that out. I would imagine that's Steve Englehart, that run.
It was 1990.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check it out, definitely.
Speaking of the 90s, so tell us about your Big Blue Comics.
Okay, Big Blue Comics. We publish high-action science fiction comics, specifically our main title, The Resistance, which is about alien refugees, human outlaws, and bounty hunters 100 years in the future. The 90s tie there is that it has this nostalgic sense while still being a modern comic.
And what you said, people who like X-Men and G.I. Joe might enjoy this?
Yeah, I was heavily influenced by 80s, 90s X-Men comics, specifically, these how it's a dense, almost compressed storytelling form where you get a lot of action and a lot of story for your buck. Plus, G.I. Joe is what got me into comics and has kept me part of the pop culture scene for years and years. So if you like those two properties, we channel a lot of that into our book, but it has kind of that modern feel to it, kind of a Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Wars Rebels type vibe.
And what got you into wanting to do this on your own instead of going to the big publishers?
I've just always been a DIY guy. I originally co-created these characters when I was in high school with one of my best friends. And at that time, we did a bunch of ash cans. We published some anthologies together with friends and then people we met from conventions. So a couple of years ago, when I had the opportunity to bring this property back and continue to make comics, the only way that I could do it is doing it myself because,
So being that you did this yourself, what would you say to kids today that are out there that are kind of unsure whether or not they can succeed and if they want to do it or not?
Well, first you have to love comics. Making comics is not easy, and it takes a long time, more time than you will ever think. Foremost, you got to have a love for comics. If you have a movie idea and you think that maybe comics is the way to go, no, because you're going to get really frustrated. But more than anything, perseverance, sticking at it, keep on going until you finish something, even if you're not 100% happy with it. There's a saying that you have to draw 1,000 bad pages before you start drawing your good pages, or write 10,000 bad words before you start writing good scripts. So make comics, love comics, and understand that it takes a lot of time and hard work.
Do you also have fun doing it?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely. It's the best part of my day, coming up with stories and writing scripts. And then I also am the letterer and production artist on the books. So once the art and color comes in, I am able to put the letters, the sound effects, the logos, and put the book together. So I'm really hands-on in all aspects. And it's really rewarding to make the comics and get your finished book in your hand.
And where can people find your comics?
So we do a lot of major conventions. We're doing 10 this year. We're here at Denver, Las Vegas at the end of the month, and San Diego Comic-Con. And then you can get our books direct through our website at bigbluecomics.com. Right now we are in one comic shop in Southern California, and we're going to start rolling out into more shops throughout the U.S. as the year goes on.
That sounds pretty awesome. What about social media links? Do you have links that people can find you at on there?
Yeah, pretty much Big Blue Comics across the board, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Sounds great. Do you have any final words for my viewers?
Keep reading comics, support the industry, and support independent creators.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And until next time, bye.